Hey everybody, so not gonna lie, this video is totally off the cuff. Last night we ran into a little 12 volt lighting problem and we're trying to figure our way through it so that we can hopefully get our light fixtures working again. So if you find yourself in your RV and some of your 12 volt light fixtures aren't working while the others are, hopefully this will help you out, and also hopefully by the end of this we'll be able to help ourselves out. But anyway, give you a little backstory. Katie and I are considering putting dimmers on a few of our light fixtures here in the RV. One of them is one of the ones that she made here above the sofa. So while we're waiting for them in the mail, we decided, you know what, we'll pull it down, look at it, kind of get an idea of how we're going to attach the dimmer. And everything was going smooth until I went to reattach this, and we had no power or no anything. The light bulbs just weren't lighting up. So we connected it with our black being the hot, white being the neutral, and same on here, and still nothing. And then we remembered, oh, we have a light switch down by our stairwell that's specifically for this one, so we made sure that was on, and still nothing. So after we realized that we were getting no power or no lights working, we decided that the mason jar lights in the bedroom are the other ones we're probably going to put dimmers on. So we figured we'd grab one of those and test it out here so that we could rule out the light fixture being defaulty rather than the wires themselves. So we brought the mason jar light out here, plugged it in, nothing. So we went and grabbed the other one, plugged it in out here, nothing. So now we were kind of disappointed and knew we needed to take some more steps to fix this. So we grabbed the mason jar lights, took them back to the bedroom, said, okay, let's plug these back up. Neither one of those worked anymore. So now we were totally at a loss last night, and we thought, okay, what we need to do is we need to go pick up a voltage tester so that we can see if we actually even have power coming in through the wires. But every place was closed. So we just kind of started doing little things around here that we figured we could check. I checked our 12 volt disconnection fuse. That was still in good shape. I messed with the circuit breakers a little bit, nothing. And we even started the engine, even though we figured that wouldn't do anything because most of our 12 volt lights were working. So while we were doing research last night, we figured out that there was another thing we could do with a voltage detector, and we could actually check our fuses with it. So this morning, I went to the store and I got one. I think it was like $5. I think we got it from Ace. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll test this to see if we even have power. And then if we don't have power coming to here, which I'm kind of hoping we do because that'll lead us to the next step, then we'll go back to the fuse box and we'll find a ground for this. And then apparently on the end of every fuse on both sides of the actual number, there's a little metal piece sticking out that you can touch this with once this is grounded. And this will light up if your fuse is still working and won't if your fuse isn't. So you don't have to, yank them out with the needle nose pliers or whatever you're using, which can sometimes be a pain. But anyway, let's check and see if we have power. And like I said, the white is our ground over here and the black is our hot line. And we have nothing. So we're going to go ahead and take this back there and test out that cool way to check the fuses, and then we'll see if there's a fuse bad. I'm actually really hoping there is because I don't know where to go after that. But anyway, let's head back to the fuse box. Alright, so here we are back by our fuse box. As you can see, we have the tripod rigged up to hold the cabinet door. Normally when we get in here, it's we don't need to be in here that long, so it hasn't been a problem. But I think just for accessing this, we're probably going to end up putting some hydraulics on here pretty soon. But one thing that kind of sucks is that we're not actually going to be able to use the voltage meter. I can't find a place to get a good ground so that the light will actually be able to light up and tell me if the fuse works. So anyway, we're going to have to go the old-fashioned way and use some needle nose pliers. But first off, go ahead and check out the fuse box. Alright, so here we are. I have my needle nose pliers, and then we had this pack of 20 amp fuses from a long time ago. So we have these ready just in case we find some bad ones. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. there's a bad one. There's a bad one. Well, I should probably replace it with a new one before I go ahead and forget which spot it was supposed to be in. Oh, and another bad one. All right, that's two bad ones. Let's see if we have some more. All right, here are two broken fuses. You can see with the orange one here how it's broken right in the middle. That definitely means it's bad. Now with the yellow one, it's a little bit different because you can see the burn mark here, right? But you can't really see if it's actually broken. But I'm pretty sure if you have a burn mark there, you're probably broken even though you can't see it. So we replace those two and we'll see how it works. All right, so now that we replaced the two fuses that were blown with new ones, let's give this a test and let's cross fingers. Hope we get some light up on this voltage detector. What? That is so awesome. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I had no clue what we were going to do next if that didn't work. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this light fixture back up. So here we are, crisis averted. We got our lights back on, which is awesome. The mason jar lights are also working. We went ahead and hooked those up. Super stoked. We definitely hope this was helpful for you. One quick note here we want to add is about the voltage tester. We absolutely love this thing. We wish we would have got it a lot sooner. It really does help kind of detect your problem and see what the problem is before you go to ripping out walls or calling a technician or anything like that. You can take your first step, and it was only, like I said, $5. One thing I want to note about it specifically though is that when you go to the store, the different voltage testers test different voltage ranges. So there were a lot of them there that the lowest they would test was actually 80 volts. So I did have to do some digging around, and I found this one which was tested between 12 and 50, I believe. But it works great. So just keep an eye out for the voltage that the tester you're going to purchase actually fits the voltage range you're looking to test. But anyway, again, we're super stoked that this actually worked out, and it was just a few fuses. Again, we hope it was helpful. But if you have any questions or comments or suggestions for troubleshooting any sort of electrical problems in your rig, we'd love to hear about it. But other than that, thank you much for swinging by today. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.